Sup, boys? I hope you guys doing fine. So, today we'll start with something interesting. As you guys know that this video name is something like we are going to start from the beginning, like the new journey, and there's always a new mystery to solve. So let's start with that. As we have attack defense, so we'll start with this. We'll scratch some basics, then we'll move further and keep crawling to learn. Okay, so let's start with this. We have the web app pen test basics, Linux basics, Windows, earn certificate, I don't know, advanced privilege escalation, container security. Okay, offensive Python, that's different. Network recon, real world web apps, nice. I think they have something for CSV too. Mm, there's JavaScript for pen testers, Pandas for pen testers, weekly CTFs, nice. The MITRE attacks. I think we can start with the web pen test basics. Let's get started and see what they have for us. Getting started, web application basics. Why this topic? Most enterprise, regardless of size, running their own web applications, vulnerability in their web application make them primary targets for hacker, and hackers succeed at a very high cost both to enterprise and their customers. Well, that's true. Web application is essential mainly because of scale of impact. Millions of people interact with web application every day to do everything from reading the newspaper to shopping for groceries. Yep, correct. To planning for finance and many of these applications store personal data such as addresses, credit card information. A single vulnerability is all a hacker need to retrieve all of this. Very true. A pen tester can be a pen tester can be truly effective without a working understanding of application. No pen tester can be truly effective without a working understanding of application. Yeah, that's true. We should always know like what's the web application is for. In the following section, you will learn to systematically dissect the inner mechanics of an application. Check out the threat script, identify possible attack vectors, and then various tools and techniques to launch the attack. Got it. Okay, so for the prerequisites, we need some basic knowledge of computer and network. Uh-huh. And familiarity with the Linux operating system, which I'm working for past 6-7 years. Well, let's see what will you learn. These labs will familiarize you with the basics of application pen testing. To start with, we'll take a look at some key concepts of application, followed by methods of uncovering and exploiting the OWASP top 10 vulnerabilities. We'll also take a look at manual exploitation techniques using popular open source attacking tools. Okay. So overall, we'll be working with the labs. There will be web application basics, tools and trades. Well, let's see, where is it? Yeah, there's tools of the trade. Then there's OWASP top 10 that we generally work with. Then there is a web app CVs. I think this one might become interesting. But yeah, let's see. Let's jump into the basics. Well, there we go. What you'll learn: interacting with the application, interacting with the database services, model view controller architect, noise, reference, information related to web applications. Okay, someone have made a separate page on the Wikipedia what is a web application, so you guys can check that. And they have their own, I think, the learning page, some sort of video where they'll tell the course ID is 5. So this is where they'll be telling what this is about. I know this is an error situation, but I don't think that's how they set it up. Okay, so let's see what we have. So for first thing first, we have HTTP method enumerations. With this, we'll learn what types of methods are there. Let's wait. I don't know why, but it actually take quite much time. Okay, so we are here. It says this is a target, this is switch, and this is you. So we are interacting with switch first, then the switch is interacting with the target. So I guess we can start by hitting run the server, or we will use this one. Let's load it. Let's see what's the objective and other stuff. The allowed HTTP method in some case can lead to various vulnerabilities such as remote code execution, defacement, denial of service. Okay. This lab, a demo web application is running on target machines. The web page and a directory of the application supports various HTTP methods. Nice. So the objective is we'll use Pub Suite and curl to enumerate the HTTP methods allowed by web page and directories. Okay. Next, we have the information related to the user. Understood. So let's start. I believe we'll copy the link. And there we go. We are in the call interface. Okay, so the first things first, what we need to do here. Okay, prohibited activities. The mission. We learn how to enumerate and use the curl. So for the starters, I guess we need to open the web browser maybe. Let's go there and open the Firefox. Let's see what's the IP here we have. If we do if config, this will show you like what's your local IP. Using that you can interact. Copy this. Let's see. Paste it here. Okay. Let's clear this out. Again. Is this the IP? Let's try this. Okay. I guess HTTPS then? Nah. There is something wrong. Let's see what we are doing wrong here. Once you start your lab, access the GUI. Okay. You call instance interface IP, run if config. Got it. The web application can be accessed over HTTPS. Do not attack the gateway located on IP address. Understood. I think we'll be using this IP. We'll put it here and we'll change it to 3. And there we go. We have a result. Okay, so let's open the browser back. Paste it here. And there we go. We are on our demo website. So this is generally how you guys will see the website when you interact for the testing. And this is interesting. The Weblyzer. The website is running on Apache. It is leveraging jQuery, which is pretty old. It is also running the PHP 5.5.9. And I guess the new one is 8, I guess. And Bootstrap is also pretty old. These kind of things you will look into the website when you generally perform the recon. Okay, so we see that we have some stuff here. Okay, so in this we are learning how to do a recon, how to check the website. Okay, we have the login credentials. We'll do this later. Let's check what we have here. Let's minimize this. Expand it a bit. Put it here. I guess this can expand too. We'll clear this. And now let's check. I think this must have the div search tool. Nope. apt install dir search. Okay, unable to locate. Pip install dir search. Okay, so it's collecting. We'll wait. Don't know how much time it will take. Let's see what other tools do we have here. Web application analysis. We have Burp Suite. We have SQL Map, which we might use or we might not use. WP Scan. For the crawler, we have Debbuster, Derb, WFuzz. Okay, so we got retry. Okay, so it seems it's not able to perform the action. Let's try then Debbuster. I haven't used that in ages, but I guess we just need to provide the endpoint to it and it will run it automatically. Let's remove this. Now we have provided the endpoint and there we go. We have found the 6 endpoints. The first one is headget, which should not be there. Let's see what we'll get from here. Open a new tab, paste. Ref headmaster. Okay, let's paste it here. So we just performed the recon, which can help us find the hidden directories. Okay, let's see what else we have. We have PHP info. Well, this is a crucial file and this should not be public. Well, we have it here. We'll take a look. And there we go. So now this is actually disclosing way too much information here. And we can leverage this to perform an attack. So if you see over here, we have the PHP version. Okay. The tab just crashed. Restore this tab. Don't crash it back. We have the PHP version. And if you see over here, let me show you. Let's copy this. Damn it. Data preference automatically submit a report. No, I don't want to send anything anywhere. I just hope. Damn it. So it's a PHP version 5.5.9. Let's see if we have something in our search exploit. Search exploit PHP 5.5. Let's wait. We might get something. And there we go. So if you see, we have almost matching version, I would say. PHP version 5.5, I guess. It is not wholeheartedly PHP, and there we have it. This is PHP version 5.5. And we can see there is parser local memory corruption. Okay. Invalid memory write. There is SNMP format string. So all these are somewhere around exploits that are available for these versions. So that's why we we look for stuff like this when we perform the recon. Let's see what else we can see. And damn it, it's crashing again and again. I guess we can open this using curl. So we'll put it on full screen, clear this, and curl this request. And we have mess of HTTP tags. I don't think I can open this in the local. And I was correct. I can't. I have to set proxy or some sort of tunnel to access it on local. But I won't be doing that. So this is one of the part where we perform the recon. So let's clear. So our primary purpose for this challenge is to know what types of HTTP methods are allowed on the web page and directories. So we'll go for that. And when we put something in the browser, we generally hit the GET request until unless by default something is set it to post. We hit the GET request. For example, let me show you the login page. This must be holding something interesting. Let's see the source code. There we go. Okay, so let's find where is this form where it's taking input for this specific fields. All this is CSS, and there we have it. So this is the whole container that is specifically for the sign-in page or the sign-in box. And if you see over here, the input type, it's the text, and it will take input an email. And above that, if you see the form class, it's a form sign-in, and the action is on login.php, and the request method it's accepting is post. So let's see what is post request. What is post request? Okay, let's go here. And we see that there are multiple types of request method: get, post, put, head, lead, patch options, and connect, trace. So we are looking for what is the post request. Okay, this is a get one. So let's read the get first. Get request can be cached. Get request remain in the browser history. Okay. Get request can be bookmarked, like all of these bookmarks. Get request should never be used when dealing with sensitive data, correct? As we are trying to log in here, that's why it's on post. And get request should never be used while dealing with sensitive data, correct? And get request have length restriction. Okay, we can't perform action after certain length of data. Get requests are only used to request data, not modify. So using request data, you can only read what was in that data, what's in that data, or not in that data, but in that request. Let's put it on talk. So you can't perform the edit action or some sort of update action that that you want to perform. You can only perform action using get to read the data, and it will fetch you data output, and you can read that. For example, let's go back, and if we perform curl and paste the endpoint here, -v, you will see that this request actually is a get request. So let's go up, and over here, there we go. This is a get request which is showing us data what is there. Let's clear this out. Let's read what is post method. Post method is used to send data to server, okay, to create or update a resource. So like I just said, we can't make changes with the get request, but the post request can make changes on the server requests or any sort of requests which are meant to be edit something. Okay, so let's read what are the notes for this. This will never get cached on the local, I guess. The request can be cached, yes, so this won't get cached on the local. Post request do not remain in the browser history, absolutely, and we can't bookmark this request because it changes. We can't bookmark this until unless it's a static post request. And on the other end, we actually can't bookmark this because you can't see the, or you can't send request from the browser. You need a third-party tool. Like in Kali we use Burp Suite or Krull. So using those, we can send the post-based requests. Post request has no restriction on the data length, so you can send thousands of words of letters in the post request, because this request is meant to, like said, create and update a source. That's why we utilize post method. So here we can see the comparison. Can be cached, can't be cached, and this is the encoding type generally the get request holds, and these are the the encoding type generally post request holds. And like I said, only the get request is visible, and that's why it says the data is visible to everyone in the URL. The post request data is not visible to everyone, so that's why it's saying the data is not displayed in the URL. Okay, so let's move to the next step. Now we need to check what sort of request types the URL endpoints hold. So let's go back and we'll perform dirb and paste this. Let's see. We found 6. And let's copy this. See if I have something related to. Okay. Pentester Academy. Well, let's bookmark, pin this first. And it should be web app basics, methods and enumerations, and I was here. we are checking how to, not how to, but yeah, we have the objective here. The different types of methods are allowed. On the requests or on the endpoints. So we have seen these are the endpoints. So we can copy this and we'll paste it here. Let's remove the space. Okay, so we can remove this directory. No, we'll keep this. We can't check the server status. We can't check for the CGI bin. So this is what we have. So if we copy this and let's clear this, and now if we curl of pasting, okay, this is mess. We'll clear the URL, curl over here, copy this, paste it here. Let's copy this and paste. Okay, executed automatically. So -v, this shows this is a get request. So to identify, let's not identify it. We'll clear this and let me show you something. We can check the help, what sort of stuff we can send into the curl, like what sort of flags we can use. There's the basics. Okay, that's the basic authentications. We can authorize the request using curl. If someone wants to rely on totally on CLI, they can utilize this. There is a digest, different types of authentication. What else do we have? Post. Let's try and grab methods. Okay, so this don't have that. Not sure if this has -help. All. Okay, so there was something related to the methods, I guess. I just saw. This is the manual. So let me show you one other thing. I'm not sure if this is going to be curl request, like what sort of request is going to be. We can use a flag to check what sort of request we can make. It's -x, and using this we can use one of the flag that we just saw over here. Let's go here. All of these are the methods. So we'll be using options that will show us what sort of request we can make to the server, or to that request. So if we paste this and not again, we will put OPTI ONS options. and enter. Okay, this is weird. And there we have the output. Do remember to put -v. This shows us the verbos that are related to the request, or what happens behind the scene when we trigger that request. And we can see that it's trying to connect with this. It sent the TCP node delay set, then it connected with this and initiated the option request to this endpoint. This was the host, and the user agent currently it's using the curl 7.67.0. so this is an old version, and this can accept any sort of data input. And the next thing, if you see, this is the status of the request, like if it was successful, if it's not successful. And the next, over here you will see that what type of server it's utilizing, when the request was made, no, when was the request got response. So this is a response time, and this is the content length, as there is no content below, so that's why we have the 0 as a content length. Okay, so we send the option, and we wanted to know what sort of further requests we can make on this endpoint. So we use option, and it gave us like we are allowed to use post, we're allowed to make get request, we're allowed to make add request. So we can post data here, but as we don't have any endpoint or something, it will be waste of time to make an request here. So let me show you the proper example of how the post request work. We'll open the Burp Suite here, the community editions. I guess this is a default they have on the server, and I don't know why I was expecting a lag, but this works better than the Hack the Box environment. Okay, so this is the proxy. Intercept is on, we'll turn it off. And they have the Foxy proxy here, and they have configured it for the Burp Suite. If we go and check the options, you see it's set for the local. So whenever we switch to the Foxy proxy on the different proxy, now we have it on Burp Suite. Whatever request, whatever sort of thing we will make on this browser, that will get intercepted by this. So for example, if I go to this, you will see we have all the requests related to this page. We can define scopes, issues, that will be in different video, maybe different live. So we are trying to enter data here. So we was provided with the username in the starting, it's John, and password is password JOHN. The password is going to be the password. I guess it's the problem, the copy paste is the problem here. PASSWRD password, and let's intercept is on. If I click on sign in, and there we go, we can see that it's a post request. That's why we are able to send data here, rather read the data, what sort of data it's throwing to us. But currently we are providing the data to the server, which it will entertain and let us get into the account. So if let's put it into the repeater, and if I drop this request, the request gonna crash. Let's go back. Okay, it's still intercepting, so we'll turn off the intercept. Now if we go to repeater, once we have captured the request in repeater, we can repeat that same request multiple times or as many times we want, because it is not using some sort of authentication or auth token that can expire by some time. So if we put get request over here, the get method, you will see it will throw a different type of response. 200, but it has sent, let's see, click to render the page. We'll see the response in browser. Where did it go? Show response in browser. We'll copy this, and if I paste it here, there we go. It has thrown us to the login page back, but we are not in the count. So if we go back and make this request as post, send it, and if I copy this, show the response in the browser, paste it here. Yo, I wasn't expecting this. We should be in the count. We should be. Or is it because of this PHP session ID? I guess the session didn't make it, so that's why it's not getting entertained. Okay, so let's intercept it back. We'll go here. We'll put JOHN. The password is password. And sign in. Forward. There we go. We got the account name, and this is a get request. Next. And we are in the account, I guess. And yes, as it says, welcome John, we are in the account. So let's go back and see the WebSocket history, web history. So the first request we made was a get, which we crafted, didn't get entertained, and then it sent the post request to the login module again with the username and password, and then it fetched the data related to that. Or I think we are going upside down. It should be like this. This was the first request. We went to the second, which is Google API. I don't know why it's there. And the next request made by adding username and password, but we dropped that request. We didn't let it pass. We try to modify that request, and it's thrown us to the login page. We made the same request again, and we can see this request got successful, and this contained the parameter, and we got the successful login into the account. And we can see we have the welcome John here, and currently we are logged into the account. And now we are logged out. Okay, let's see what sort of request it will make when we perform the logout function. So it's John, password, sign in. Will now intercept the logout request, and there we go. It's a get request because we are not accepting anything, or I would say we are not sharing anything to the server, but instead we are getting the logout page, and in the back request has been made to remove this session, and once this session is removed, we won't have the access to that account. We turn off the intercept. Nope. And as you can see, we are logged out now. So this way we can check what sort of request methods are there. We can use curl. We can use Burp Suite, or there are variety of tools that can tell us what sort of options are there to work with for that certain endpoint. Let's clear our on-call Linux 2. Okay, so let's see what else we can do. So first, we now know that how we are working with the different types of requests, how we know that what sort of options are enabled, what sort of requests we can make, get get put post request kind of requests. And let's close this now. We can stop this. It's gonna take time. And it stopped. We can mark this as complete. Now we know that what sort of requests we are making. We can make. Okay, so let's go to the next one. We'll go one step back. And well, this is quite a leap here. I don't think we should be working with this directly, because this will go for the SQL, how we can interact or work with the database. And that's not a good part. First, we should clear the web-based concepts. Let's see if we can find something good related to the web challenges, web pen test. No, don't want this. This place is good, but not that good. Okay, so let's go for this option then. SQL Basics. Again, it's gonna take time to load the page. We'll wait. Okay, so we are there. Let's open it and run it. I think this one was a waste. So we can go back here. And we'll go to the SQL Basics. Okay, so it already holds what I have done in past. Let's wait for some time and let it start. And there we go. It started. Hello, sir or ma'am. Hi. Okay, so let's open this lab. Sharma G is here. Okay, so we are working with the OmniDB. So like we did previously, we'll go to the Google. Doing nice work, keep it up. Yep, definitely. I was just wasting my time somewhere else, so I thought, let's waste it here. Why not? Okay, so we are working with OmniDB and its version is 2.17.0. So let's see what is OmniDB first. Well, it is it's a database and it's an open source web tool for the management and conversion of database. Okay, so let's see what sort of vulnerability does this version have. Vulnerabilities. Okay, let's see where we can see web tools. It seems there isn't any reported. That would be weird. But for this, we need a username and password. So let's rather going there. Let's check the default username and password for the OmniDB. OmniDB comes only with the username admin if you are using the server version. The first thing to do is sign in as admin. The default password is admin. So if you interact with the OmniDB, which is set it by default and it's just freshly set up. So we need these magic words, the admin and the admin. And if I click on sign in, we should be in the database. And there we go. We have opened the panel. And there we have it. Change your password. The password that you just used was found in the data breach. And I'm using the almighty password. And I know that this password can be found in breach. Okay. What is the best programming language to learn? The one you can rely on. You need a rather checking for what programming language is good. You should work on your logics. Like everyone say, algorithms should be a priority. So always keep that in mind if you're learning the programming. Learn algorithms or any programming language which you can find easy to craft the queries. For example, if I would say what programming language I utilize, I have the two options. I can not the two option. I have many options, but I rely on Bash most of the time because I use Linux all the time, and Bash is the most comfortable language I would say whenever I work on Linux. And if I have to craft some sort of script, again I go for the Bash. For example, let me show my GitHub. So this is the Cloudflare script that I have crafted. And if you see, this whole script is in Bash. So I found Bash easy to work with. That's why I work with Bash. But if you find that Python is easy for you, you can work with the syntax easily. If the Golang is easy for you, you can go for the Golang. If the C, which is kind of God for all the programming language, you should go for C. But I would swear, if someone is new, please start with C and clear a basic concept there. Don't go for the Python or some other language that is having a pre-built libraries there. Start with the C that will clear concepts, how to create functions, how to work with the classes, how to work with the pointers. And there are many concepts that C will make you clear to understand. And on the same hand, after that is clear, you should give a try to Java. Then you can work with any other language, because after that you just have to work with the syntax rather the logic, because you have already the logic, you know how the functions are working, how the classes are working, what you should put where. So this is my recommendation. I'm not sure what other people recommend, but I would say if you are totally fresh and you have good amount of time, then do start with C first. Okay, what is the most common programming language you use in the Linux? The Bash. Because I work with Bash, so Bash script is the best I have found, or the suitable I have found for myself. Some use Python, but Bash rocks for me. Okay, so we are here with the SQL database. Let's see what this has for us. Okay, request error. This is weird. We'll expand the database. Yeah, this is where we are connected. It's loading. Let's refresh. Now expand it. Request error. I don't think we should be getting that. Why it's taking this much time? Reconnecting. We are already in the user. It's go rolling, 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 rolling. Bro, just throw the data already. Should I reconnect? I guess I should sign out and make a comeback. Admin, admin. Yeah, I know. I have and there we have it. The database. Maybe because we took so much time in the conversation, that's why the session got expired. Okay, so now we have the access. Let's see what we can get from this database. There is a function, view, function, products. What this table holds. In this table, it's empty, view empty, functions empty, procedures empty. What about this? Table, nice. This contain Pretty sweet stuff, I guess. Let's collapse this. I find this one more interesting. Let's see there. WP comment meta. Let's see what this have. Meta ID. Another meta ID. Meta key. Meta value. Okay. Well, I think it should be giving us the data over here. What this table is. Refresh. And there we go. Thanks for your time and answering my questions. Mention not. See you later. Yep. Bye. Have a great night. Or I guess it's almost morning. Okay, so nice. We got some information related to the table. This is the table schema, which is WP database, table name. Okay, the version. What else we have? Table rows. This doesn't contain any sort of rows, so kind of empty data. What about this? This contain one row. Let's see what this has. Okay, so this row most probably the columns, like column ID, column post ID, author, name. It should be in this segment, but it's showing in this segment. Got it. The links. This also doesn't contain anything. And we can see the query here. It is create table, link ID with auto increment, unsigned, not null. This is a big int, which is declaring the integer size, because there is int, big int. The similar concept is in the C++, when you work with it and you declare the integers. So the similar stuff is there. There is a WP options. And what does this contain? Aha, nice. Seems this contains quite a big amount of data. Let's see. Index. Empty. Unique. Nothing. Option names. Primary key. Alter drop. How can we see this data? And there we go. We have the data here. So let's fetch all. Did we make it worse? Query the data. We don't want to fetch all. Okay, so this is the URL site. This is a home. The blog name is Pentester Academy. I'm not sure if we can ping this, but we can try. We'll wait if it is pingable, or rather try ping from here. Let's clear this and ping. Yep, it's dead. 3 packets, 100% packet loss. What else do we have? This is the admin email address. Okay, what else we can get from this database? This is a mail server password with the login email. So if you ever found the OminDB or any sort of DB, this is how the database looks like. If you are working with the GUI, But if you're working with the CLI, that's a whole different concept. So you'll be working with the commands there. You have to craft your own query to call this data. For example, if you craft this query, it will throw you this data. Okay, I messed up. Let's query the data back. So as you can see, the table option ID, we have this here. The table option name, we have this here. The table option value, we have this. Auto load, we have this. So when you work with the CLI, you have to craft this query, which will look like this. And you can put it in the command from T to order this, and this will give you the result. And I see that there is something messed up. Nope, nothing is messed up. I was correct. So there we go. If someone will query this, if the person is authorized or unauthorized, they'll be able to see this data. So this is how database looks like and how we work with data. So let's try a few queries over here and see if we can find anything. So let's try select asterisk from, let's see where we can fetch data from. We will define the database first. So we'll put WP database, then dot, which will link to the table we'll be calling, and we'll call this table the WP users, or we can call user meta, and run this. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. This doesn't exist. That's weird. It should exist. Let's see what wrong I have done. Let's query this database. And this actually worked. And I was writing it correct. I want to order by anything. So if I put asterisk, trigger this. Yes, it's running fine. Again, it's running fine. So there must be something wrong with what I was doing. So this is the sort of command you will put in CLI and get the result. So if I use something else like WP post, it should throw the data related to that table. And if we go for the links, links, and we have the table, but this table doesn't contain anything that can be useful for us. Let's see what else we have. The posts. Click. Seems we have already checked this. Let's check the comments. We'll trigger this, and we have one comment here, which is WordPress commentator. This is the email ID of the person who have given a comment, the URL when this comment was made, the time, and this is a comment. Let's see what this comment says. Hi, this is a comment to get started with moderating, editing, and deleting. View the content. Please visit the comment screen in the dashboard. Gravatar. Commentator avatar come from Gravatar. Okay. So this way, how we can interact with the database using the query. Or you can, if you have the GUI mode, you can just query the whole table. This is the graph, how this database works or what sort of table this database holds. Or we can check for this one. This is empty. Okay, this one contains some data, but I don't think there will be something helpful for us. What about this? Let's see. This one also contains some data, which is a host, plugin, user. Let's see if we can query this. So if we go to query and we'll do select asterisk from MySQL dot, we'll do DB, trigger this, and there we go. We got the DB, the user, and the database. Let's see what else we have here. We have users here. We'll remove DB. We'll put user and query this data, and there we go. So now we have the database which is running on localhost, that database username, and that database password, and what sort of privilege this user have. We have the whole list here. So this is how we can query the database. The syntax can vary. This syntax can be different in MySQL or MongoDB or RDBMS. So, but at the end, this is the type of result you will get, I guess. Okay, so it is taking the semicolon. Fine. So today we got to learn what sort of methods are there, how we work with methods, although we have only worked with the get post. But in upcoming lives, we'll be working with the full-fledged applications. We'll be solving the CTFs, although in side by side I will try my best to put CTFs there. So for today, I guess we'll finish here. I'll be away for some time, so whenever I'll come back, we'll do the next session and start from there where we have left. Well, thanks for watching, whoever was here, and I hope we'll see you some other time. Till then, have a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.